I hope you guys enjoy camping in the rain, because this one is going to be very wet. I want to find out how well my Durston X-Mid tent copes with real New Zealand rain. And there are only two places I can really guarantee that I'm going to get real New Zealand rain. One of them's Fiordland and the other is the west coast of the South Island, and that is where we are now. I've found this cute little spot here just back from the main river with a lovely little stream going past. It's raining now. There's heavy rain on the forecast for about 7 o'clock tonight, and then it's going to absolutely thunder down overnight. I'm exhausted, I'm drenched from the walk in. I'm so looking forward to getting everything set up and just relaxing and enjoying the sound of the rain. Right at the bottom. Oh, the sandflies are absolutely out in force. Okay, now that I've got some cover, I'm going to put up the tent, but I'm not going to put it under the tarp. I don't want it to be protected by the tarp. I really want to test it out in the rain. So I'm going to put it out over there, and then this here can be where I can chill out, have dinner, hang out. Yep, I thought I was so smart. I made this ground sheet out of an old tarp, but of course tarps aren't designed to have pressure, like they haven't got that same hydrostatic pressure ratings where, you know, if you've got water on one side and then pressure on the other. The tarps are just designed obviously for the rain to just run down them. So as soon as I sit on this tarp, which is my ground sheet, the water soaks through. So yeah, it's not going to protect the tent from the wet ground, but it is going to protect the lining from any little scratches and nicks and things like that. So, oh well, that's good enough. It's 5:21, so it's nearly time for some wine and olives. But before I sit down and relax, why don't we go for a little walk around? I'm just going to show you around the area because it'll be dark. Well, it's still a few hours before it'll be dark, but the clouds are really heavy, and so I think it's going to get dark a bit earlier than normal. And if the forecast is correct, it's going to pour with rain at about 7, and it's now, yeah, about 5:30. So let's go and have a look around. over there by camp. So let's head back. That glass of wine beckons. I need a vessel for my wine. Wine vessel. Not your typical wine vessel, but it will do just perfectly. Oh, yum. For the first time in ages, I don't have to heat my red wine up on the fire or on the stove. It's lovely and warm. I'm still getting used to this spring, summer camping. I never used to camp during the winter. Never, ever. Wouldn't dream of it. Winter camping is now my favourite camping. What do I love about winter camping? It's so cozy. I like the fact that you don't get all sweaty when you're walking. I love being, not cold, but I love having like a warm core, but like cold skin when I'm walking. I love being able to light a fire. I just won't be able to have as many fires during the summer. It's just not always safe. What else? I love the fact that it's quieter. There's definitely less people out and about. And the weather extremes, like the snow and heavy rain and the cold, I just find it really invigorating. I really enjoy it. know if you can hear me. I'm really tempted to go and hop into my tent. The sandflies are just insane. They're so annoying. I was wondering whether if I killed every single sandfly that I could see, whether there would be no more or whether there'd just be a whole lot more that came and replaced them. And I can officially tell you after killing hundreds of sandflies, there's just more. They send reinforcements. So I think what I'm going to do is move all my gear into the vestibules of the tent, and I'm going to go and hop in the tent with my cup of tea and listen to the rain from inside the tent. Get away from the sandflies. There's so much room in the vestibules. I've got my pack there, and then I've got my raincoat, my boots, and that's just one side, and then on the other side, all this free space, and cooking stuff's there, so I can have a drink first thing in the morning. Tent's a little bit too small to do filming in, it's quite tricky, but anyway, here I am, tucked up. There's just enough room in this tent for the sleeping mat, sleeping bag, and person. I've got my clothes bag and puffer jacket and things under my head. It's just raising it up, making it like a bit like a pillow. Oh, okay everybody. Good night. I'm going to enjoy listening to the rain while I fall asleep. It's so lovely. I kind of hope I don't fall asleep too quickly because it's so nice lying here. I'll see you in the morning. I absolutely hated having the tent separate from the tarp. I did it deliberately. I know yesterday I mentioned I really wanted to test the tent out fully in the rain, so if I put it under the tarp, then that wasn't really a proper test, was it? So before I report on how the tent fared, I just want to say I am such a fan of having the tent at least partially under the tarp, because this morning I couldn't really, I had to cook like right there in the vestibule or have the front open and the rain coming in. I know most of the time when you're in a tent like that, you're not wanting to open it out in the rain, you just stay in and maybe just open the vestibule zip a little bit just to vent your gas cooker, but Otherwise you just stay all confined. But I love when I'm out in the mountains, I love to see the view. I hate being stuck inside. So if my tent had been, say, over there, I would have been able to come in and out and in and out. It would have been amazing. But that's okay. That's okay. I did it for a reason. And the consensus is I was bone dry inside the tent. Not a drop of rain got in. So it's very waterproof. The fly is very waterproof. The bathtub floor, moisture got through there, so when I lifted up my mat there was moisture under my mat. Now the ground is soggy, like I'm not just saying it's damp from rain, light rain on the grass. I mean the actual ground is soggy, like when you stand on it it's lovely and soft. I wouldn't have even needed a mat. It was that soft. So that was a really hard test for it, but yep, I would say that if I'm going to use that tent again in heavy rain, I'm going to need to take a really good ground sheet, not my makeshift one that I made. Alright, pick up time. I've just put my my pack liner at the top of my pack there, and I'm just going to put all the wet stuff straight in. I'm not even going to bother to roll it, fold it. It's going straight home onto the washing line. It's going to be so wet and heavy. So it's all just going to be piled in there. The tent was so tiny to start with. It's just so massive now. Oh well. Hopefully it all fits in my pack. I'll just take you and show you the ground that was underneath the tent. And this is what the ground is like all over here. This is what I was sleeping on. Delicious. Okay, right, the tarp's going to go in and then I'm ready to go. I've already made plans in my mind. I'm going to go to Hokitika and I'm hoping that the little coffee caravan on the main strip is open. I'm going to go and get myself a coffee for the drive home. This trip has been the perfect trip to test the tent out in. Absolutely perfect. But it hasn't been comfortable. Not that many people like camping in the rain. I do, but I don't like camping in the mud. Yeah. And I don't like camping with sandflies. So am I going to come back here with Indi? No, probably not. It's quite a long way to get here, and we've got some good places back closer to home. We'll stick with that, but at least it answered my question. I will see you guys on the next trip with Indi next time, and yeah, I look forward to sharing more with you. Thank you so much for coming with. Thanks for watching to the end if you're still watching, and thank you so much for all the lovely comments and the support that you guys give me. Thank you to my YouTube super thanks and buy me a coffee people. Love you. See you guys later. Bye.